Welcome once again to the CoMission Podcast. We've been talking about different things in our podcast about casting this new vision for the BMA Department of Missions. Some of the terminology that we've used we want to elaborate on now. One of the words that we've used is the word decentralization. As you look at this PowerPoint slide that is titled Reinventing Ourselves, I want to call your attention to the visual, to what we're actually trying to illustrate or trying to communicate here. You can see at the top of the PowerPoint slide, it begins with the churches, moves to the Department of Missions, which of course is abbreviated by DOM, and then moves to the field. What we see is this is really the traditional structure of our Department of Missions and the relationship between our department and our churches. And you can see that the very center of our missions program, as diagrammed here, is the Department of Missions. Well, when we talk about decentralization, that is first and foremost for us here in this department embracing the idea that we need to step aside and realize that for God to really create a movement of church planting among our churches, that the Department of Missions is going to have to move off center or out of the middle and have a more proportionate perspective of our value in the BMA missions program. As you look to the lower part of the diagram on the PowerPoint slide, and it talks about decentralization, you'll see that the Department of Missions, along with other departments of our association, are abbreviated here, but you notice also that the churches become the center of the BMA missions universe, if you will. And so decentralization involves the missions office and other departments giving permission, if you will, to not be the center of attention or accepting that. And then, of course, also trying to create a culture where our churches assume that focal point in our global missions program. So we're going to continue to elaborate on this particular vision. And so tune in for the next podcast here, and we will elaborate more and explain more of what we're trying to really portray and communicate in reinventing ourselves.